not good for us.
It's darn close.
Holy
down. I was sure they were going to drag that one into measure.
Exactly. And what a change. What a change after that third quarter drive, Menomonie. Now Rice Lake 8 first downs. Menomonie 5 this half.
At the 22-yard line, 1st and 10. And we have a whistle, and what's the call? Timeout called by Menomonie.
That could be huge, Ken. That's their second timeout. They have one left.
All right, and we'll...
Breads, cakes, and pies. But the best thing about Marketplace Foods is our people. Friendly? Sure. Helpful? Definitely. We want to make your grocery shopping experience as pleasant as possible. So, you want the best selection? You want the lowest possible prices? Then you want Marketplace Foods, 24 hours a day.
Marketplace Foods, first in saving.
All right, Shane Elliott lines up as a wingback on the left side. He goes in motion. Here's the give to Pierce off the right side. Into the I would take that back.
Stopped in the backfield.
Oh, that was...
I wish Pierce would have had it.
Yeah, he was wide open. Dominic Call, however, ends
Pulled it
up...
back.
What was it?
He pulled it back.
Yep.
He's going to give it to the fullback and pulled it back.
And
10-19.
back at the 18-yard line, it'll bring up 2nd down and 14 for the Rice Lake Warriors. All right, Call on the play. This time the give is to straight ahead. This is Becker with the ball. And he gets out to about the 23-yard line. As that'll bring up 3rd down and about 9 now for the Rice Lake Warriors.
Menomonie only has one timeout, Ken, and of course, if they want to win this game, they're going to have to go all the way for a touchdown if they get it back. That's, of course, after we score another touchdown here.
9:18 left to play in the 4th period. Dominic Call will take it himself. No, he didn't.
I thought he fumbled it first.
I did too. It's very little gain. That was Pierce out to the 25. And it'll be 4th down and about 7 for the Rice Lake Warriors, indicating a kick coming up from Dominic Call.
And I'm going to tell you something, Ken. Menomonie's going to be in great field position after this punt.
Evenson and Sins are deep for the... And again, a snap off to the left. He gets the kick off. It might have been partially blocked. It's not even going to make the 50-yard line as Brent Weber downs it at the Rice Lake 48.
Well, button the hatches, Ken. Sit down, folks. We're in for a dandy this last 9:03. Defense, you've been doing it all year, and we need to call you on to do it one more time.
At the 48-yard line, it's a 1st and 10 for the Indians. We have 9:03 left to play in the 4th period. As the Warrior defense deploys, as Menomonie, Nate Johnson brings him up to the line of scrimmage. Slinden is at fullback. Maggard is the left halfback. Man in motion is Obser. Back to throw. Here's the quick pitch ahead to Maggard, and we're going to get a flag.
Is that a face mask?
I don't know how it could have been, but it might have been.
Holding. It was a holding. Joel Bowman said holding. And look at Al Baker. He grabs his jersey and said, yeah, coach, it was a hold.
That's why I wasn't there. That's why I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yes, that was an excellent play by Eric Hill coming up to make the stop on Ricky Maggart that time. And then getting the hold on top of it is going to push the ball back and into Menomonie territory. Let's see where it ends up.
Ken, that's Menomonie's 5th penalty tonight for a total of 45 yards. Rice Lake hasn't had any.
At the 45-yard line of the Menomonie Indians, it brings up 1st and, let's see, 16 for the Indians.
And 8:53 left in the game.
Wide receivers left and right. Slinden, the lone setback for the Menomonie Indians. A man in motion coming right to left. That's Sins. Back to throw is Johnson. Johnson having time. Wilger after him. Now he kicks off.
He's got it.
Brent Weber at the 50. Brent Weber to the 47-yard line.
And Brent, give me the ball. Weber gets it. Look at that celebration on the side. The one thing they got to remember, Coach Pines was telling them, the game's not over, folks.
No, it sure isn't.
Oh, the only one tonight was intercepted. The only pass Menomonie's thrown this half that they haven't complete. Yes, they did complete. To the wrong team.
You know, I'm not so so sure Andrew Wilger didn't get a little hand on that ball because he was starting to close on the quarterback.
Starting to close. He was taking his man with him into starting to close. What an effort by Wilger. And before that, Ken, Al Baker almost jumps offside, gets back and saves that penalty.
All right, wing back to the right side now. Strong right formation. Here's Call on the keeper. Call dancing his way down to the 42-yard line before he is finally stopped by Travis Creaser.
Brent Weber gets a pat on the butt from Mitch Drew. Mitch says, nice job, Brent. They're celebrating down the sideline there. But, folks, we got a little bit ways to go yet.
2nd down and 7. The ball at the 41 of the Menomonie Indians.
8:09 and counting down.
Everybody closed in on the wishbone now as this time the handoff goes to Jeremy Pierce. Pierce still...
Oh, he's battling. It looks like a first down.
That was one powerful run by the fullback.
Man. And look at Mr. G-Street, I forgot his name. Mr. Arnold down there gives us a call. It's another Rice Lake first down.
At the 36-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Rice Lake leading 21-17 with 7:40 left to play here in the 4th period.
And you know what they're doing now, Ken?
Working the clock.
You've got it.
They're going to take all the time they can and run a play. Becker wings to the right side as the play comes left as the handoff goes to Jeremy Pierce. He's going to only get a couple this time. Creaser is there to make the stop.
Yeah, that stop is Creaser again.
Also down there is Shea Smiskey.
Boy, Jeff Peterson, the rest of that line, once again, it was time to come up big. And they're coming up big right now.
2nd down and 8.
7 minutes, 13 seconds away from a conference title tie with Menomonie. I shouldn't have said that, Ken.
All right, here's Pearson. Call to the outside, to the 30, down to the 27-yard line. Looks like he's a little shy of the first down.
I think you're right, Ken.
But
they haven't moved the ball. They may measure. I don't think they are. Maybe they are.
Well, let's see. He's taking a look at it. The referee lining it up. And I think he's going to call third down.
He says Eldon get a running.
3rd down and less than a yard at the 26-yard line for the Rice Lake Warriors at the Menomonie 26. They'll have 2 shots to pick this up.
You've got it, Ken. I was just going to say.
And they're going to use about a minute off the clock.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, they're up and ready, though. 3rd down and 1.
And so's the fans up and ready.
As this time, Paul keeps. He's going to be hitting the backfield back at the 30-yard line. As coming across with a nice defensive play is Jesse Olson.
He made the big play for Menomonie right now on defense. Now, what do you do, Ken?
Well,
4th and 4.
I'm not going to punt, I guess.
6-12, 6-10 left in the game. We're not punting. We're going to go for it.
Let's see what they come up with. Wing back to the left side and the halfback to the left side as well. As this time, Call keeps delaying.
First down!
Got the first down down to the 21-yard line. Jesse Olson makes the stop.
Ken, you just got to turn that button off on me.
At the 21-yard line, it's a 1st and 10, and limping off the field is Jeremy Pierce.
Hey, we got another one waiting. Come on, Mr. There he is.
There's Rick Wrighton.
Oh, he's been doing a job, Mr. Pierce has.
Well, Wrighton should be fresh. As we're ready to go, 1st and 10 at the 21. Here's the fake. Here's the give straight ahead to Wrighton.
Oh, he was down.
He was down
Ken,
before he fumbled.
Oh, thank God for ground.
That was close. Making the stop on the play is Brett Cody. And let's see where they spot this ball down.
5:28, clock running down. Menomonie only has 1 timeout. Rice Lake's ball. We're sitting at the 18. We score here, Ken. It's going to be tough.
2nd down and 7. Dominic Call comes out of there with it. He has the ball. He'll pitch it out to Becker. Becker dumped at the 20-yard line.
But what did he do? He stayed in bounds.
Stayed in bounds, okay.
Good job, Mr. Becker.
Mike Sins making the stop. Nice defensive play by the Menomonie Indians. Brings up 3rd and 9 now as they'll spot it at the 20.
Clock's at 4:55 and going down. Boy, everybody's up. Hey, I'll tell you one thing. Mrs. Cook and Dawn Columbus, wherever she is, they should get a letter for cheerleading this year. They have done a wonderful job this year.
All right, Derek Bach wide to the left side, wing back to the left as well, as Call will keep the ball, cuts inside to the 15, 10, 5, and he's straight down at about the 6-yard line.
Oh, they feel it, Ken. They absolutely feel it. They feel this conference championship may be coming on.
Derek
Come on,
Evenson
Blue.
making the stop. First
Oh,
and
look
goal.
at Rick Wright's dad down there. He says, that's us, guys. That's the blue and gold.
All right, at the 6, it's first and goal for the Rice Lake Warriors, leading 21-17.
4:30. Eldon's got the clock running here.
Does anybody know what time it is?
I like that cheer.
Yeah. All right, the Warriors line it up. Derek Bach wide to the left side.
Good job running that clock, Warriors.
Full house backfield once again. Here's the give straight ahead. I believe that was Becker carrying the ball that time. Yep.
I'm turning around looking at Mr. Brem here, and I'm agreeing with him now. They're having a tough time stopping us, Ken.
And
Down near the 4-yard line.
it's at the 4-yard line. Brings up second and goal from the 4. Peterson moves over to the left side now as Bach moves to the right.
You may be seeing history here, but we got a lot of time left. Let's not get too excited, Ken.
All right. I can handle it. All right, Dominic Call set to go once again. Here's the give to
He's in!
Paul.
He's
Paul
in!
keeps
He's
it. He's in for the score.
He's in!
After the fake to Wrighton, Dominic Call goes in from 4 yards out.
And what a fake it was, Ken, because I was looking at Wrighton myself, and you called it. You saw Call have the ball. What do you say about Call? He calls it right. All right, 27-17, 10 points. This extra point makes it 11, which makes it difficult for Menomonie to do anything but score 2 touchdowns.
All right, the Eric Hill gets the ball down.
He's
The
got
kick
it.
is up, and man, he put a charge in that one. That one's almost out on Wisconsin Avenue.
Hey, I'll tell you, you got Mr. Moe going on Mr. Becker, Mr. Foot out there.
Mr.
Cole.
Foot.
Yeah. Holy cow. Nice job, Derek Bach.
All right.
Here we go. They only have 1 timeout left.
All right, Bach is ready to go.
But I'll tell you, Ken, Mr. Johnson has been throwing the ball well.
That is true. That is very true, but I think he's going to see a new defense
I would like to see it.
when he comes out there this time. All right, here's Bach. He fires it deep.
Oh,
He drives
man.
it back.
Fumble.
And losing it is Sims.
He's
Sims
down.
picks it up,
He's
and
down.
he went down.
Down.
The official says he went down. That was Evenson, rather, carrying the ball. And it's going to be back at the 13-yard line, first and 10 for the Menomonie Indians.
Did that surprise you that he kicked that off?
A little bit.
Oh, it really
I thought he'd
surprised me.
try and bounce it up there a little bit, and, well, it worked out well.
Boy, I'll tell you, what 2 fine football teams on this field tonight, huh,
You
Ken?
betcha.
It doesn't get any better. People on the hill even stayed for the whole game.
At the 14-yard line, it'll be Menomonie's ball, first and 10. As Nate Johnson has him up. Johnson spreads the offense out. We have wide receivers, 2 on either side.
Brad Podger says, bring it on.
Here's the pass out to the
Pass
side.
again.
It's a lateral, actually, and it's going to be picked off. Oh, no! Almost the second time. Weber almost had his second one of the night, and then Bowman
got a
almost
flag.
picked up the, there's a flag down, but Bowman almost picked up the deflection.
And it may be interference, right?
I really have a tough time with that call.
Oh,
No, that is wrong.
yes it is.
That is definitely wrong.
Oh, boy. I'm telling you, folks, that one there might have been
If anything, it would have been offensive pass interference
Exactly.
because Weber was going for that ball.
for the ball. Oh, boy. Hey, listen, 3:27. Clock stops.
All right, at the 29-yard line, it is first and 10.
Coach Pottinger wants an explanation. He says, hey, guys, hey, you've got to call this a little differently. And the officials say, what's my call? The other guy's on the other side. I don't think that made him feel any better.
All right, here come the Indians. And back to pass is Johnson. Johnson getting a rush. He flips it up here. It's incomplete, out of bounds.
Johnson pass intended for number 3. Sims is incomplete.
as the poor receiver was trapped on the Warriors sideline.
Mike Sins.
Mike Sins couldn't get back on the field.
Coach Columbus isn't the smallest guy out there.
Oh, he had to go around him.
That took about 2 days. No. He's just big and strong.
Yeah. At the 28-yard line, second down and 10. 3:22 left to play.
And the clock stopped in an incomplete pass.
And
Mr.
Rice
Blackhallers here saying, hey, I like this game.
Rice Lake leading 28-17. All right, wide receivers left and right. As the lone running back is Slinden. Back to throw is Johnson. Johnson, good protection, fires it long up the field. It's going to be picked off by Pottinger. Brad Pottinger at the 45.
And I'm telling you, Eric Kim.
Oh, there's a flag back here.
You're right.
And
I don't think that's in the vicinity, King, of the quarterback.
No,
That's the only thing we got to worry
no,
about.
I think there was an unsportsmanlike conduct on one of the Menomonie players is what I'm thinking. But let's wait for the call.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that penalty sign is either.
What is it, Billy? Okay, Billy's looking it up over here.
I've seen a lot of strange signs tonight that we don't see a lot of.
Maybe,
But I knew they threw it back here when a couple of the Menomonie players were walking off the field.
Now they're going to bring out big number 74, Nate Cook, 6'4", 255-pound senior, and he's going over it with him. And they're going to say, if you want to mark it off back there or take the ball, I'm going to guess. I think
I
I'm
would
going to
guess take the ball, yeah.
They made a good decision. No, they're pushing it back. Oh, they're tacking on after the play.
That's right.
15
That was after the play was blown dead, I believe.
Okay. Ken, I'll tell you what, 2 first downs and the game's over. Because they only have 1 timeout left. And I'm going to tell you, you're seeing history right here, folks. Everybody that's here, this may be, if we finish up this game with a victory, well, maybe, this is the first Big Rivers Conference Championship for Rice Lake. Co-champions with a fine team across the field.
And possibly Chippewa Falls.
Ah, you're right, and they're happy right now, too.
At the 40-yard line, it's 1st and 10 for the Rice Lake Warriors as Call will give it off to the fullback. That's Rick Wrighton. Rick Wrighton down to the 37-yard line. Making the stop on the play is Willie Weezy.
And guess what they're going to work right now, Ken?
Oh, they're going to kill as much time as they possibly can.
Absolutely. What a job by that line. And I'll tell you, Ken, goes back to that touchdown drive. You and I both said, let's watch this drive here. And that line did it all the way down. Man,
after the long drive by Menomonie to start the second half, they used up almost 7 minutes after taking the opening kickoff, went ahead. Rice Lake came back on the next series and worked it down to a score to pull ahead 21-17, and it is now 28-17, and we probably have a delay of game coming up against the Warriors.
Penalty against the Warriors, delay of game.
Oh, darn it.
Did Bill ever find out what that penalty was against Menomonie?
Bill, did you ever find that out? That shot to the head? Oh, a headbutt. That's what it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't seen that one before.
Yeah. It was a dead ball fall, you understand?
Yeah.
And a shot to the head.
Oh. Well, anyway, it's 2nd down and 13 for the Rice Lake Warriors at the Menomonie 43. Wing formation. Here's Call on the keeper. He lowered his shoulders and just ran over Dan Wengel. And he didn't gain a lot on that play, but I bet that one felt good. At the 41, it's 3rd down and 11 now for the Rice Lake Warriors.
Mr. Call has 18 carries, 108 yards right at this point. Brett broke the century mark again. Clock running down, 2:02, 2:01, 2 minutes left. Rice Lake might tie for the Big Rivers Conference Championship.
Here's Call on the keeper, cuts inside, and he's going to be tackled after a short gain. Nice defensive play by one of the Menomonie Indians. Looked like the defensive end on the far side. And coming up, that's Kyle Burkholz.
42, Burkholz on the stop.
At the 37-yard line, it'll be 4th down and 8. Well, Call needed about 160 yards to hit the 1,000 mark tonight. He came in with 839.
You know, he won't take that, but he's going to get a nice plaque up there in the...
That's right.
Outside that gymnasium this next year. He can come admire that the rest of his life.
4th down and 8 for the Warriors as they fake. Here's call on the keeper. They've spotted that one coming. Nice defensive play by Jesse Olsen. And the Warriors turn it over with Menomonie taking over at the Menomonie 41. Rice Lake leading, though, by 11, 28-17, with a minute 12 left to play.
And, Ken, I don't see one single person leaving this field right now. Even Menomonie side, give them credit. Those fans are sticking around because they know they can score in a hurry. I've seen stranger things happen. And actually, everybody's kind of holding their breath and cheering awful loud.
Yes. And Joe Labuda can work some magic in the closing minutes. There's no doubt about that. And let's see. I'm not even going to try and attempt to call this formation.
Oh, that's trip. Twins left, right?
Okay, we got wide receivers both sides. And Lundquist hits the screen, and Brian Columbus just leveled the ball carrier. Catching that pass was Jared Herman, and Ryan Columbus just folded him.
And that was a picture I hope they got on the video after the play when Columbus comes over, looks over at the coaches, and says, what am I calling that, guys? I'm ready. That was a beautiful picture. Hope everybody got a chance to see that.
Well, good call on the screen pass, but Columbus alertly on the stick.
40 seconds, conference championship tie. This is going to be a bomb.
Johnson goes back to throw, looks over to the left side, and he has a man there, and it's caught between two defenders. And making that catch is Obser.
And it's not over. They have a timeout. They don't need it right now. That first down. Moving the chains.
First and 10 at the Rice Lake 23.
31-yard pass completion. Clock's at 30 seconds. Now Eldon has it running.
And here come the Indians. Obser trying to get off the field, and we have a flag. And let's see what the call is. That'll stop the clock with 24 seconds.
Even the fans, everybody's off their seat. They're standing down by the fence. They're waiting for Mr. Tradition. But, folks, this game is not over.
Illegal participation once again. Well, that'll happen when you try to get different personnel in, and sometimes you have an extra guy out there.
Yep. You know, Ken, I'll tell you something that's been unbelievable. Right, Menomonie, 7 penalties, Rice Lake 2.
All right, the Indians set to go once again out of the I formation this time. Back to throw is Johnson. Johnson getting a rush from Wilger. Now getting away from another man. That was Pellant chasing him down. He goes out of bounds on the far side.
And this game is over. This game is over. The fat lady's going to sing. And, folks, every one of you blue jerseys down there, remember this. The rest of your life, you can have bragging rights in this part of the state as being a conference champ. When you come home on homecoming, you'll never forget that feeling. First Big Rivers co-conference champs, Rice Lake, Wisconsin. Good job, coaches. Good job, Blue.
Second down from the 35-yard line, about 22 to go, but this will probably be the last play as back to throw. He throws the screen, intercepted by Columbus. Ryan Columbus just goes down, and there's the end of the ball game. And the final score, the Rice Lake Warriors, conference co-champions.
Oh, that sounds good, kid.
28-17 as they defeat the Menomonie Indians. And the Menomonie Indians.
And there's Coach Labuda and the staff right out shaking hands. Good sportsmanship, guys.
As
the players line up, Rice Lake is in their big huddle.
And now they're just walking by now, and both teams really playing a very good ball game. Very good ball game.
Absolutely the best. One of the best games you're ever going to see in a high school field, bar none, no matter what level, where you go, playoffs. This is for the conference championship, Ken. You can just about count on being back here on Tuesday.
All right, I like that.
I would love it.
That would be nice. Okay. Well, our final score, once again, the Rice Lake Warriors 28, the Menomonie Indians 17, and we'll be back with a brief recap right after we take this 2-minute timeout.
Whether you're building new or remodeling, the professional designers at Kitchen and Floor Decor can work with you, from the planning stages to the finishing touches.
Furniture makes a great gift or a special treat for yourself. Nothing says comfort and relaxation quite like a lazy boy from Bush & Gillis Furniture in Rice Lake, Cameron, and Pooner.
You've got dry skin, dull hair, drab clothes, spotty glassware, and...
Decisions that makes its pairing.
Culligan water softener, too.
Just say,
Hey, Culligan man.
and kiss your hard water problems goodbye.
Call your Culligan man in Rice Lake or Milltown and ask about the $10 a month for 6 months rental special. Install any Culligan water conditioner and pay just $10 a month.
Dominic Call's 5-yard run and Derek Bach's extra point kick with 55 seconds left in the third period put the Rice Lake Warriors up on top 21-17. Call scored again with late in the fourth period with 3:37 left to make the final 28-17. The Menomonie Indians came back, taking the second half kickoff while using 7 minutes off the clock on an extended drive. They scored with 5:23 left to play in the third period on Mark Slinden's 2-yard run. Dan Wengel hit the extra point, and Menomonie led at that point 17-14, but then the Rice Lake Warriors came right back with a long drive of their own as Call went over from the 5, and then late in the fourth quarter, again, a touchdown run by Dominic Call. It was 14-10 at halftime as the Rice Lake Warriors took their first play from scrimmage after receiving the opening kickoff. Rick Wrighton rambled 65 yards. Derek Bach added the kick, and the Warriors led with 11:50 left to play in the first period, 7-0. Menomonie came back and were forced to kick, and Rice Lake marched on another drive that stalled at about their 40-yard line. Dominic Call back in punt formation. The snap from center took a bounce low and to the left. Call scooped it up and did some nice maneuvering up the left sideline, picked up the first down by 2 yards out at the 48-yard line, and on the next play ran it in from 52 yards to make the score 14-0 with 4:22 left to play in the first period. And then Menomonie came back at the next kickoff. They started another long drive down the field. And then with 10:36 left to play in the second period, Mark Slinden's 2-yard run and Dan Wengel's kick made it 14-7 in favor of the Rice Lake Warriors. The Warriors couldn't score anymore in that second period. And then Menomonie mounted another drive, but they ended up 4th down and about 5 to go from the Warrior 5-yard line with 8 seconds left, and Nate Johnson launched a 24-yard field goal to bring the Indians within 14-10 at halftime. And as we mentioned earlier, the Slinden 2-yard run put them ahead 17-14, then a couple of Warrior touchdowns to finish it off. Final score 28-17 in favor of the Rice Lake Warriors.